Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the newest dev blog Into the Maelstrom. From our favorite fish, catfish. Let me take a little sip of water real quick before we get into it. Now, if my voice sounds funky, it's because I literally just woke up and saw the tweet. Oh, hello. In this dev blog, we're going to dive into 3 topics and upcoming changes that we will be making to them. 3 topics are the mission board, crafting, currencies, resources within Darktide. All the changes that we will be discussing in this dev vlog have been in development and are being prepared to launch in patch 12 1.1.20. These changes mark the next step in our support to the game. We will keep on monitoring feedback and evaluate future changes. For clarity, these changes are not the only changes currently in development are being worked on by the team. We're still also hard at work on Darktide for Xbox. They could put this a million times and people would still ask where it is in the tweet because they don't actually read these. Mission board. We're making some key changes on how the mission board generates its missions while also expanding upon the available content. We're going to cover the details further into the dev blog, but for those of you who want a high-level summary, here are the changes that will be made. Maelstrom missions. We will be introducing Maelstrom missions, which are a set of new conditions with a mixture of new modifiers and existing ones in different variations. Most of them will be explained through a string of modifiers. For example, Wave of Specialists, Hunting Grounds, Wave of Mutants, oh, scary. And players having a 20% reduced cooldown. See, this sounds stupid. This sounds like something I will not play on purpose. That sounds cringe, especially if you're playing like Zealot. Oh my goodness, a Zealot or Ogryn. Oof, yikes. For Psyker, Psyker's not so bad because obviously Psyker can manually reduce their cooldown. Although I guess Zealot can too with crits, but Ogryn can. So there you go. And Veteran can have theirs up pretty much all game if they're good enough. These Maelstrom missions should be approached with caution, as some of them can be quite challenging. As a reward for completing these challenges, both XP and Ordo dockets will have a higher payout than usual. They will be accessible through a unique slot on the mission board, which is available at all times, and they're easy to find and try out. Can I open this image in a new tab? Oh yeah, kinda. So, yeah, there's extra hard missions, I guess. Good, cool. I've been wanting that for real. Yep, nice. Seems like you can do orc missions on Heresy or Damnation. Interesting. I don't know. I would have locked it to Damnation only personally, but hey. We are introducing an additional mission board for players that consists of a set of high difficulty missions that will always have a condition applied to them. You must be level 30 to play these missions. Side note, the number of missions available for Auric level missions in the above screenshot could be subject to change. Okay. This board will also support Maelstrom missions. A few of them will have unique conditions variations that are inherent to Auric level board. I almost said Orc level board. Oh, WOG. You know what I'm saying? With these changes we made to the dynamic system, we have made the Orc level operations favor high intensity conditions. Yes! There will be no low intensity conditions. Yes! 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 Quick play bonuses. 20% experience, 10% diamantine, ordo dockets, and plasteel. Nice. Good for our quick play gamers. Although I think most people do this through quick play, so this is just good for everyone. We are adding bonuses through the use of quick play as we want to ensure that you are rewarded should you choose to lend a helping hand by filling an empty spot in a strike team. Experience, order dockets, diamantine, and plasteel will be bonuses upon receiving these rewards when a mission concludes. Side note, quick play bonuses numbers displayed in the screenshot could be subject to change by the time we deploy this patch. Hopefully it's higher and not lower. Matchmaking and server selection. For further flexibility with matchmaking system, we have added the ability to set the servers used for servers used to matchmake with. Darktide has always used the best latency servers you can connect to for matchmaking. However, we realize that some players in the world may need to connect to different servers in order to find a larger pool of players. In addition, we regularly review and update matchmaking rules to provide an improved matchmaking experience. Changing the servers can have an effect on the gameplay experience through added latency, and will present the latency values in the server selections that you can be aware of them. So that's good, because I'm aware that the Asian Darktide servers are kind of a fucking ghost town right now, so. Oh. Oh, okay. Uh, changes the dynamic system of the mission board. The mission board on the Morning Star shows the emergent threats throughout Tertium High. Functionally, these threats are uncovered by the board through the use of two systems: dynamic system and an event-driven system. The dynamic system generates content based upon a set of rules. What are the rules? Meanwhile, the event system acts as an overriding system that will then substitute its rule set over the dynamic one. I assume the rules are that it has to be at least one of every difficulty. We have made several changes and added functionality to the dynamic system to give much more refined controls over the content generation. The dynamic system refreshes far more frequently, approximately every 10 minutes. Oh my god, I remember when it was an hour. Yeesh. And we can now set an individual weighting to each condition per difficulty level. Oh, nice. For you, the players, this will mean a more varied amount of conditions available across the mission board. There's also now control for us to weigh certain conditions for certain difficulties differently. As an example, you'll see much less frequent occurrences of low intensity conditions on Damnation, thank God, while lower difficulties like Uprising will have less frequent occurrences of high intensity. That's good. The intent is for new players to have a smoother experience at the start, while also providing a challenge to advanced players with harder conditions. Hey, that's me, advanced player. Our aim in these changes is to refine the emergence aspect of the mission board, with further variety and the ability to adjust the board as needed. Sounds good to me. Less low intensity for Damnation? Always a bonus. Alright, crafting. Oh boy. Let's now talk about crafting and some of the upcoming changes you can expect. Item refinement and previously known as perk rerolling is the main focus of our changes. Let's see if we can. Whoops. Click on this. Open in a new tab. So there looks like you're going to be able to actually select it more, which is good. Yeah, although it's probably going to cost more, like diamantine and shit, I'd assume, because you're able to actually select it instead of just re-roll it down. Sounds good to me, Stan. Alright, let's read it and see if I'm right. You can now select the exact perk at any tier you wish for an item, weapon, or curio. Oh, for curios too? Pog. There's one direct cost to be made for each refine action. The cost will remain flat throughout refining and will be reduced for lower level characters. So I guess do it while you're low, I guess. I don't know. As with the other actions at the shrine, the amount of required resources will scale both depending on the base item rating of the weapon and onto the tier of the perk being refined into. Indeed. 2 modifications for items. You can now modify 2 different aspects of your weapons, be it perks and or blessings, locking out the other options. That being said, you'll be able to change the 2 aspects you have selected as many times as you want. This means you can choose to modify a perk and a blessing, or 2 perks or 2 blessings. This increases the potential permutations of the item that you want to modify. The perks or blessings you have chosen to modify will indicate now on the card. Okay, so what this means, this second half is kind of funky. Essentially, if you got really good blessings like RNG, you can re-roll both perks without having to worry about it. Or vice versa, if you got really good perks, or if you got perks that are like, these aren't like the worst, you can now change both your blessings. I think most people just want the locks gone entirely, but I guess if Darktide wants to balance like this, yeah, sure, I guess. Change to curios. You have the extended ability to make 2 modifications. To curios specifically, you'll be able to modify 2 perks. We are aware that the changes mentioned above do not give unrestricted freedom to all aspects of an item. To do so would have a big impact on item acquisition in Darktide, and we want to explore further past down the line. I mean, really, they should just include the chests from Vermintide, right? Logically, I don't know. Currency and wallets. Ooh, money. And for the final chapter of this deck blog, we'd like to discuss the changes we'll be making to the currencies and resources in Darktide. In short, all character-bound currencies are moving towards an account-bound wallet where access is shared across all characters. Ooh! Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Ooh! 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 Character-bound currencies is like diamantine and shit, by the way. And the gold. Migration of currencies. After careful consideration and review of how these systems are working out and what value that you the players receive out of them, One sec. Should have done this from the start. The youth players receive everything. We decided to opt for moving everything into a single unified account wallet. Now you can choose any character you have created with the currencies that you get as rewards. You can now choose how to spend those freely. With the next patch, after you log into Darktide, you'll go through an automatic migration progress for the character. Wallets of Ordo Dockets, Ordo Ingots, Plastion, Diamantine will be merged into one unified account. These currencies will no longer have any character-based wallet anymore. Based. An explanation of this process. I mean, people wanted this from the get-go, you know, because it was annoying as fuck trying to get gold on another character that you don't play often. As an explanation of this process, we will be presented at the main menu character selection screen, as well as receipt detailing the balance of the wallets for your characters until the merged account. Additionally, the account wallet will now be displayed at this menu and show all the affirmation currencies and resources as they are now shared. Nice. Next patch 1.2, Into the Maelstrom. All of the above changes are being prepared for our next patch to Darktide, which will release around mid-August. Ooh, it's almost, wait, this is August. Nice. As part of this patch, we will be a maintenance period in which you'll be unable to log into the game. We expect it to last at least 3 hours. We will continue to iterate on those features and more, in part through community-driven discussions and topics that are presented to us by sharing your thoughts and comments on both our official Discord and forums. See, don't notice how they don't say the Reddit. Thanks for reading and watching each other's back down tertium. These replies are going to be great. This is awesome. Suggest change a while ago. Yeah, man, this man's making changes. Rip perk selection, you were fun while it lasted. I mean, really, was it that fun? To be fair, Catfish, a big impact on Ice News Jagger, what all of this has been specifically requesting for the past 7 months. We are hoping for a big impact tonight, but the specifically biggest pain point the game has? I disagree. I say the biggest pain point is Flamers. All these other character changes are great. Almost all this patch is very good. Yeah, I'd agree. There's actually here's... Is this your divine specialty again? Alright, you never told us, because you never was one. You guys waited so that you can't actually program into this beta what you envisioned, and now you're desperately hard trying to design philosophy of yours while trying to fix this stupid problem bliss. And all this time you keep pretending to do blah 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 blah. Nerd emoji. Is punching it around. Yep. In my opinion, as a Darktide professional, and by professional I mean Ogren mastermind, it's alright. It's pretty good. I want to say it's a small patch, but it's a pretty big patch in all things considered. New difficulty, that's going to be hype. I can't wait to suffer at the hands of crushers and flamers and bombers and maulers and shotgunners and the normal dudes and the pogswalkers and the dogs. I can't wait. I was kind of hoping for a new mission type, but that still might get one. I don't know. Well, we probably won't get them in this patch, but hopefully we'll get one in the next patch. Like, as I said in my video, I really want a religious-based mission where we go and destroy a heretic shrine, or we go and, like, place effigies of the Emperor at certain points to, like, cleanse the area or some shit. That'd be my ideal. But overall, pretty good patch. Catfish, always based. Yeah, and that's it. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Love you. Brush your teeth, or don't. I'm not your mother.